Chapter 6. The Used-to-Be Farm. How about that one house? The farmer asks. Which one? His wife asks back. The one behind all those houses. It's still for sale. It used to be a farm. Dairy, I think. Fine, she snaps. We'll go look at it. The farmer sets up the appointment with a woman who works for the company that sells houses for the next day. It is for right after he gets out of work, and since it's on his way, his wife is going to meet him there. But she gets there first. She drives down the long drive past the houses. People live in those. No one lives in the house that the farmer wants to see. It is completely empty. The grass is long and the leaves litter the ground because no one has raked them. A swing hangs down from a huge maple that sits right in front of the house. It moans silently with the wind, either missing the children who were or wishing for the children to come. She steps past it, past the swing, past the house, past the peering eyes coming from the houses out front. There is a hill behind the house, gently sloping until it meets a creek twisting here and there, before snaking out of sight into the woods just beyond it. Her breath catches. It's beautiful. From where she stands, there is nothing. No neighbors, no houses, no noise. Just nothing. Oh, there are trees, plenty of those, and there are birds, many of them. They swoop down to see who she is and why she is there. And frogs ribbiting and twigs snapping and water gurgling. And a car door shutting. The farmer's wife takes a deep breath and slowly lets it out. She turns to walk back to the house. Another door shuts. Heavier. Thicker. The farmer's truck. Her pace quickens. The farmer and the woman who works for the company that sells houses are standing by the house, waiting for his wife. The woman who works for the company that sells houses is pointing at something on the house. And it has 4 bedrooms, 1 for each of the children, and the big barn that the farmer wants, and a pool. The farmer's wife sighs, looking at the house. It isn't brick or stone. And it is new. Let's look inside, the woman who works for the company that sells houses says excitedly. The farmer and his wife follow her. The first room is the living room. It's small, and the ceilings are low, but there are hardwood floors and a big picture window. The woman who works for the company that sells houses leads them to the kitchen eating area. The farmer's wife swallows hard. No dining room for family dinners. The farmer looks at her. It's fine, she says, moving into the next room. A bathroom, followed by 2 bedrooms. They head for the stairs. The farmer goes first. The stairs creak and groan under his weight. His wife pauses. Maybe this house does have a story to tell. He turns back. What? She smiles to herself. Nothing. Upstairs, there are the 2 other bedrooms and a bath with a deep soaking tub. The farmer comes up behind his wife as she lingers by the door. Nice bath, he says, knowing her need, yes, need, of no less than 2 baths per day, sometimes 3. She says, churning. She will not be so easily swayed. Although if she were to admit such things, she would say that the tub hits a mark. She stops at the top of the stairs doing a survey. Yes, it can work. It is functional. There will be room for them all. But can she make it into a home? Is she up to the task? The house in the village had been charming when they bought it. It had high ceilings and thick woodwork, crown molding and gingerbread trim, leaded glass windows and a wood-burning stove just begging to be curled up in front of with a good long book on a frigid winter's eve. This house had none of those things. The farmer leans towards his wife. "Think of all you can do," he says, reading her mind. She nods, looking around. She could add those things. She could make it their own. Just the week before, she'd gone to a bakery in the next village over. The building was lovely and quaint. Everything was just so. She'd asked how old the structure was. Sure, it had to be at least 100, maybe 2. Their answer was 6 months. They'd added the charm themselves. Maybe she can do that too. They step back outside, and the farmer comes up behind his wife, putting his hands on her shoulders, one on each side. "Well?" he asks. "What do you think?" "It's perfect," she answers.